Hi, my name is Coldbeer, and let's start with The Wolf Among Us. This is a gritty, violent and mature thriller based on the award-winning Fables comic books. You'll discover that a brutal, bloody murder is just a beginning where every decision can have enormous consequences. And it's not only what you choose to do will affect your story, but when you choose to do it as well. You don't need to know anything about the comics this game is based on, because events in this story are set before the events seen in the first book, and this game gives you an option to beat up practically anyone you don't like. Sadly, you can't import that energy-sucking coworker of yours in this game, but hey, you can beat him up in real life instead. I mean, if you are stronger than him. If not, just smile and blame your genes. Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. Here you as a young Sherlock Holmes will struggle to prove yourself as you navigate an exotic, dangerous island. Deep within the Mediterranean, you will investigate the mystery of your mother's death. Your legacy is written by the decisions you make. Deception, violence, and deduction are just a few resources in your arsenal. Whether you choose brute force to solve your problems or stay one step ahead of your enemies by using your wits to spot vulnerabilities, you decide what each situation demands as you hone your investigative skills. It's time to confront your past so you can become the legend you are destined to be. People on Steam are saying that this is a great game, although many are complaining that the open world part is an overkill. You know, running vast distances from one object to another feels a bit like a fetch quest. Nevertheless, it still has around 80% of positive review score on Steam, so put it into your wishlist and wait for a sale. Pentiment. This game looks kinda dumb, but it's made by Obsidian Entertainment. Yeah, the same guys behind Pillars of Eternity, Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, and many others.
What are the others?
Oh, shut up! This is a narrative-driven historical game focusing on character development, with heavily stylized art and choice-driven storytelling in early 16th century Bavaria. You will play as Andreas Moller, a clever illustrator caught up in a series of murders in a secluded abbey over the course of 25 years. You will be responsible for conducting your own investigation to decide the fate of the community, but each decision will have lasting consequences and draws you closer to the center of underlying conspiracy. People on Steam are saying that the writing is top quality, art style is amazing, and animations are great. And yeah, the game has an overwhelmingly positive review score as well. The Forgotten City. This game, as a lot of gamers point out, is a Groundhog Day in an ancient city. The mechanic here is simple. Everyone around you is dying for unknown reasons and you have to stop it. If you fail, and you will fail more than once, you can just go to the portal and restart the day over and over again until you solve the problem of dying so nobody dies anymore. If you think about it, this is a roguelite game, just story-based instead of combat. And it's really one of the best adventure games there is. I'm not gonna lie, if you go to Steam you will see the overwhelmingly positive review score. Also, fun fact, this game started as a Skyrim mod a long time ago and it was so well received it became a separate kick-ass game. Disco Elysium. This is one of the greatest role-playing experiences you will ever have, but play it only if you like reading a lot and like games without combat. You will not find any here. Well, I mean combat that is not a result of your dialogue choices. Your character will do things automatically based on the decisions you make, and those decisions of yours are not always very smart, and Disco Elysium just lets you do stupid things, which is kinda scary because suddenly you may realize that you just wanted to test the waters, but instead you actually made the decision that will have grim consequences. And by grim, I mean really grim. On some of those occasions, the game just ends. You may see game over screen without even playing an hour. And the game is like,
I told you, but you pushed me hard, so the consequences are yours to swallow.
yeah, actually Disco Elysium has 3 different endings and 12 unique game overs. Those I talked about before. So always, and I mean always, think twice before doing something stupid. And then think twice while playing Disco Elysium as well. Because no matter how stupid the decision you want to make is, the game may let you do it. Her Story. This is a crime fiction game with non-linear storytelling. It revolves around a police database full of live-action video footage. Basically, the game sits you in front of a desktop computer that's logged into a police database. The footage covers 7 interviews from 1994, in which a British woman is interviewed about her missing husband. So this time the detective is actually you, and not some fictional protagonist. You will explore the database by typing search terms, watch the clips where she speaks those words, and piece her story together. Maybe she killed her husband, maybe she's innocent, maybe she puts pineapple into her potato salad.
This is blasphemy.
Well, yeah, that's for you to find out. Heavy Rain. You'll experience a psychological thriller filled with innumerable twists and turns. Here every choice matters and the endings are many. You'll try to solve the mystery and hunt a murderer known as the Origami Killer, named after his personal style of leaving behind folded paper shapes at crime scenes. So here 4 characters, each following their own leads and with their own motives, must take part in a desperate attempt to prevent the killer from claiming his next victim. You need to think fast and act even faster, as every choice and move you make can result in a dramatic, game-changing consequences, and even determine who lives and who dies. Or maybe you are the killer the whole time. It's not a spoiler or something, I haven't played this game so far, but I am really tempted now. I like games like Detroit Become Human, Wolf Among Us and similar story-rich tales, so how this story ends is entirely up to you. Noire. This is a violent crime thriller that blends action with true detective work. You will search for clues, chase down suspects and interrogate witnesses as you struggle to find the truth in a city where everyone has something to hide. And when you try to unearth the sinister secrets, there is a huge chance that someone will try to silence you for good. During Hollywood's golden age, you play as LAPD detective thrown headfirst into a city drowning in its own success. Corruption is rampant, the drug trade is exploding and murder rates are at an all-time high. So in your fight to climb the ranks and do what's right, you must unravel the truth behind a string of arson attacks, racketeering conspiracies and brutal murders. People on Steam are saying that civilian casualties are just a part of the job, and the game itself is like a noir GTA 5. If you love Lovecraftian horror and detective mystery games, this is the title you have to try. The story unfolds in 1924. Here you are sent to look into the tragic death of the Hawkins family on the isolated Darkwater Island, and soon enough you will be pulled into a terrifying world of conspiracies, cultists and cosmic horrors.
Ooh.
Nothing here is as it seems. Your sanity is all too often replaced by whisperings in the dark. Let's try to listen to those whispers.
Subscribe to Cold Beer. Do it now.
Well, those are words of wisdom. People on Steam are talking that this game has only average glitchy graphics, but the story is great. And another nice thing, at least for me, is that Call of Cthulhu is a short game. It will take only about 8 hours of your boring life. Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter. This is an adventure with unique gameplay that blends investigation, action and exploration. It will test the limits of your nerves and intelligence. Yeah, this game is not for the faint of heart. The puzzles can be devilishly difficult, and the plot is full of twists and turns that will keep you guessing until the very end. You'll have to track down evil in the darkest corners of London while playing as the great detective and untangle a web of intrigue leading to the final stunning revelation about the evil that lurks in the city. Is it real evil or is it just Scooby-Doo level evil? I don't know. Well, I do, but this is not a channel of spoilers. This is a channel of games and potato salad, approved by your sister. Strange Horticulture. Here you'll find and identify new plants, pet your cat, speak to a coven, or join a cult. Use your growing collection to influence the story and unravel dark mysteries. You are a citizen of a charming town surrounded by hag-infested forests and rugged mountains. You are the horticulturist, owner of a local plant store. As a cast of colorful customers come by your shop, you are quickly thrust into an occult mystery stretching back hundreds of years. Explore the lands beyond your store to find new plants, but be careful. The dark woods and lakes are not always friendly to a simple herbalist. You might discover powers beyond your wildest nightmares, or lose your mind completely. Game has an overwhelmingly positive review score. It's a true masterpiece. If you like interesting, non-cliché stuff, it's a must-play for you. Observer, System Redux. This is a cyberpunk horror game where you will discover a dark world beset by plagues and war. You will take on the role of the new frontline of neural police as you hack into the jagged minds of the insane. So as you hack into the unstable minds of criminals and victims to look for clues, you will relive their darkest fears, forcing you to question your own reality and your own sanity. You know, maybe you are the one who's actually insane. All in all, this is a dark, psychological horror detective game, so be sure you have the mental balls to play it. Game is not for everyone, but if you like creepy sci-fi stories, it's definitely your spoon of potato salad. People on Steam are saying that the game is kinda scary, but really nicely welded together and is an absolutely unique experience. Tales of Neon Sea. This is a retro-style pixel art adventure set in a cyberpunk cityscape where you will encounter numerous items to investigate, curious Easter eggs, and a whole cast of interactive NPCs. You must analyze every detail and discover the truth that lurks behind the heavy mist. You take on the role of a veteran cop turned hard-boiled detective and investigate crime in a future cyberpunk world where the magnificent Sky City blocks the sun, but the neon lights never go out. People on Steam are saying that this is a nice, relaxing game of gathering clues, filled with cute characters and pets, great visuals, and nice music with heavy Blade Runner influence. Some puzzles are kinda tricky and will demand a lot of your brain power. Be sure you have it before playing. Vanishing of Ethan Carter. The game surprised me by not having any UI, no information bar or anything like that. And that's a good thing because it doesn't need one anyway. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is very detailed and the praise this game received for its graphics is very much deserved. You may call the game a walking simulator, but it's more like a detective story that you have to unfold by, walking around. You'll slowly reveal clues that allow you to piece the events of this Lovecraftian mystery together. Yeah, the game may sometimes be really creepy, but that adds to the immersion. Main story is constructed from several smaller stories, and once you collect all the clues, the game rewards you with an interesting and unexpected conclusion. Like really, if you are expecting some simple murder mystery here, it's nothing like that. So basically, if you like slow-paced, beautiful games with the ability to surprise you, this is one of the best choices you can make. Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened. If you like Sherlock Holmes and Lovecraftian stuff, this may be your spoon of potato salad. You become Sherlock Holmes and find yourself at the heart of terrifying Cthulhu mythos as you investigate a series of mysterious disappearances in Europe and the United States. Those are apparently linked to a dark cult that worships an ancient god. Whatever their plan is, you must put a stop to it, or, face unspeakable consequences. Yeah, all that sounds nice, but can I join the cult? Can I worship the ancient god as well? What if Sherlock decided that his life of investigations is boring and being a servant for a Dagon himself is a more fulfilling experience? I doubt that, but it would be nice if you could actually choose the unexpected way. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you
Next time. Bye.